So my first question for you, Mary, is your connection to Route 66. You said that you shopped at antique shops when you first moved here to Amarillo. What are things you considered antique in the 1990s that you would find in those shops?
Going down Route 66, specifically 6th Street here in Amarillo, was always such a fun time for me. I moved here in the mid 80s and discovered this, street long place of shops, little quaint little shops that were antique shops. And I loved going in and out of them. What I consider antiques may not really be antiques, but they might be something that was at my grandparents' house or even my parents' house whenever I was growing up. And so they're more nostalgic. Obviously, a lot were antiques, but I think that I tended to look at the things that brought back such fond memories of my childhood and things that whenever you look at them on your grandmother's table, you think, well, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. But later on, you see them again and you're like, oh, I think I'm going to buy that because my grandmother had it and I want it too.
Yeah, that gives you a great feeling. My second question is, what were the trends slash the hostiles going around during that time? What were your favorite trends?
The trends going around whenever I moved to Amarillo and was going up and down 6th Street, it was mid 80s, early 90s. And so big hair was kind of still in, I think. Maybe it was taming down a little bit, crazy makeup, cut up shirts. It was, it was something, but as you grow, obviously styles change. And when you go up and down, perusing stores and looking at different places that you can eat and meeting new people, you kind of want to be comfortable more than you want to be stylish, I guess. So I didn't pay too much attention to the styles in those early days. I just wanted to be part of the experience of going up and down Route 66.
So, my next question is that if there was history not widely known, my first question for you is, when we first talked, you had stated, sorry, it reinforced how important it is to learn about our community. What have you learned about our community?
I have really been a big advocate of promoting other communities. I got really involved with the Barrio community several years back. And I remember telling everybody and anybody that would listen, and whenever I was a speaker at different events, you just need to travel outside your neighborhood. Just go 5 miles and go into a different neighborhood and learn about it. What's funny is I was telling people to do this, and then I was asked to help with the San Jacinto Art Show and bus tour. And so I'm figuring out places that the bus can go and places that, the participants could learn about. And I remember distinctly one of the committee members said, should we include the park in the bus tour? And I was like, there's a park in San Jacinto? I wasn't living what I was telling people to do. And I realized, wow, I'm telling everybody to go 5 miles, but I was going 5 miles in one direction. I didn't think about the northeast, south, and west directions. And so it's really important that you really do go into other neighborhoods and see what they have to offer. You'll find different stores you didn't even know that we had. You'll find different eateries that you've never even tried. It's a fun time to bring your family to those new experiences as well.
That's a great question. Um, do you have your own stories to share that might enhance the importance of learning our communities?
My daughter and I, it's so crazy because when she was young, of course, kids don't like to be drug around with their parents, especially shopping at antique stores, right? She didn't mind going to a restaurant, but antique stores were a different story. But, it opened her eyes to thrifting, I hope. I love it. You never know. It's a treasure trove. And not just Amarillo, but when you're traveling down the road, it's just a whole new experience. And so the first time we passed through, or that I can remember that we passed through Tucumcari with her, and she saw all the signs, she was like, Route 66 is here too. It just is so impactful to teach your kids things that maybe they don't appreciate in the moment, But later on, they're like, oh, yes, I remember when mom and I did this. Oh, yes, I remember, learning about Route 66 on a bigger scale and the history that's involved. And it just makes you appreciate your community and others that have their own places like Route 66 that are very meaningful to the community, and not just the community, I mean, intrastate.
Facets. So, how would you persuade someone, say a regular teenager, to appreciate the beauty that lies within Amarillo?
The thing is, for kids today, they don't really appreciate, I feel, don't always appreciate Amarillo. They feel Amarillo is small, there's nothing to do, but it's up to all of us that know about the different places, Paladaro Canyon, Cadillac Ranch, to take them out there and experience those things. And they might tell you, oh, I don't want to see a bunch of Cadillacs stuck in the ground. But then whenever you go there, you make it an experience. You bring your spray cans of paint and have fun with it and take pictures. It's just so important for us to bring our kids around the same areas that that we have known and grown to love, and help them appreciate the different cultures. Amarillo is just studded with so many cultures, and I feel like we're very blessed in that, to have so many dialects and so many types of people from different countries, and so opening up your world, you know, even bigger right here in this town, you're able to open up a whole new world to your kids, to other family members that may come in to visit. And then whenever you go and take vacations and people ask you where you're from, you can give a fuller picture of what Amarillo has to offer.